Man, winter does not want to let up at all. Well, I got the Jeep backed in today. We're going to be working on something a little different today. So I almost trip over everything. Taking a break from the dirt bike project because I'm waiting on parts. I also got to get the Triumph ready for this coming year. I like to go on some motorcycle trips. But what we're working on today with the Jeep is I'm going to be putting some airbags into the rear. The reason why I'm doing that is I got something special coming in. It's going to go on top of the Jeep. And as you can see, I also got the rack, 35-inch tire. I got, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I got dual fuel tanks, that long-range USA tank underneath. So there's a lot of weight in this already. So I think adding some airbags may help with the sag. The airbags I got are not actually for the Jeep. I originally bought some for the Jeep, but after I got them, I realized they weren't going to work. I don't even know if these ones here are going to work either. But I've heard of people using Ram 1500 with a lifted Jeep, and they seem to have worked out just fine. So there's my spring. It will actually fit inside, as I measured it. And the height-wise is pretty close, so once it has that little few pounds of air, it will lift her up and level it, because right now it's kind of got a Carolina squat on it, just slightly down, so I'm hoping we can correct that. The key is not to lift the Jeep, just take the weight off the suspension. Alright. So yeah, I have a change of plans now. I already got it half done. And I was going to go the airbag route, but with these coils, the coils don't have that much spacing. I've been fighting to squish that bag through. And I already did this side, and it actually leveled out the Jeep quite nicely. I buy things, and I have an idea, and then I set them aside and decide, you know what, I'm not going to do it. And now, like 2 years later, I dug them out of the closet and I started to put them in. The airbags are not a waste because they will work in my Ram 1500 out front. And I would like to get a little camper for the box for that. And the airbags in there will greatly reduce having sag in the Ram. So a while ago I bought these 1-inch spacers, and the 1-inch spacers is all I needed to level out the Jeep. Just trying to come up with the most easiest way that I could tackle this job, and I think I did it. Use some coil spring compressors, use the big jack to lift it up, otherwise I'd take off the tire, all that other crap, and I think I'm gonna do this little spacer here. So here's the 1-inch spacer right here. This is the factory OEM. So I guess you could, if you wanted to, put them together. I've seen some videos that people do. That'd probably give you like 1 3/8 inches maybe, but there's a difference between those two. So this is definitely an easier way than trying to take your tire off and stuff. I got this side here. Now to try to weasel myself through how to get this one out. We'll see how this one's gonna work, because we got the fuel tank in the way and all that other stuff. So there's our spring. We already got that one there, and you can see it's all shiny there. And some people put this back on top, but that would actually give me too much height then where the spacer itself. Now what you are going to notice on the driver's side is that the spacer itself is already thick, and I think that's why people put the old ones back. And the reason why for that is because your fuel tank is on your passenger side to compensate for the lean. However, I have a long range USA fuel tank, so I actually have dual fuel tanks on my Jeep. So that's why I'm going to eliminate that one, put that one in, and then we'll finally be balanced out. So the one way to do it the long way is to loosen up the track bar there, take the bolt out here, pop it out, take your tires off, suspend it, and then drop it down and pull the spring out. It takes a lot of time. I've already got my spring compressor tools here. We're going to go on each side, compress the spring enough. I'm only going to use the 3/8 gun there because it doesn't use a lot of power, so that way I'm not gonna exert myself on the spring. So let's get started. Alright, so now they're spaced out. My lock popped off there. I need to push that back in. Okay, I'm going to tighten this up. One side for a bit. Go back over to the other side. Alright, so now I need to get this out. Maybe not the spring completely out, but I need to. At least get that one out. I'm going to leave that little spacer in there just because the fuel mostly is on that side. I'm going to feed this back up. There we go. I'm getting kind of nervous there. There. I got the spring right back where I need it to be. Now I can start evenly backing this off. This battery's almost dead. There. We're in. So that was the OEM setup. So what are we looking at? If we were looking at about 1.5 inches. And yeah, that's about 1 inch. So I went 1 inch on this side, and then I put this one back in on this side because even though I got dual fuel tanks, most of the fuel is going to be on this side. So now I can drop it down. Now that this is all done, I can get her back down off the stands now. There's my kit right there. I've had it for probably 10 years, maybe longer. Princess Auto Pro Point. It has served me well. I don't necessarily recommend having one because they are super sketchy. Height-wise, I'm about 32 inches here. Passenger side with the fuel tank, which is basically full. And driver's side with the long range tank basically empty, I'm at 32.5. Maybe crappy outside, but I'm gonna get some chicken breast going on the pellet grill. 350. Love it when it first starts up. You get all that smoke billowing out. I'm gonna go 35 minutes. Check the temperature. Those are looking good, but we're only at 155 degrees, so I'm going to go another 5 more minutes. Cut the chicken up in little wee pieces. 3 hard-boiled eggs. Add a bunch of mayonnaise. Pick some mustard. And some dill. Mix it all up like you're gonna make egg salad sandwiches. Add the chicken. Now you can't just eat that as is if you want it. I just put it on some bread like a sandwich. So good. Could actually get the snowblower out, but I'm not. So done with winter now. So done. I don't know if you can hear it. The AC clutch is rattling. It actually looks a lot better now. Doesn't have that squat. Even though I just put a 1-inch spacer in. Alright, it's motherfucking beer time. I'm down to my last beer. Cheers everybody, motherfucking beer time. Short video. But this is a time where I bought something. Changed my mind about it. Bought something else that I can use on something else, but I ended up going back to where I was originally done, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna draw my beer, get a fire going because the snow's finally melting. Fire's just getting started, but that's a big change from yesterday. Everything's melting again. For how long? Who knows? All I know is that I was supposed to go camping again, but all the snow ruined my plans. So maybe next set of days off. If not, I'll just keep plugging away on projects until I do. Until the weather's nice.